And good afternoon, everyone. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. My name is Jim, and this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. This is a directed network, and I am net control. If at any time during this net, should any emergency arise, please notify net control, and we'll stand by and allow those in need to access this frequency. Is there any priority or emergency traffic at this time? And hearing nothing, we will continue. This net is all about ham radio and being all that you can be. That's what our Qso-Vlog network is all about, trying to help people achieve the best sounding station possible. Thanks for dropping by. FYI, my background is 50 years in commercial broadcasting, where a lot of big bucks are spent on audio processing equipment and getting it set up correctly to get the loudest, best sounding station possible. Well, long story short, when I became a ham radio operator, I could hear immediately a large discrepancy in on-air technical proficiency. A lot of stations were running with very poor mic equalization, very muddy, with little articulation. And as I continued to work stations, I realized most of the stations were also running with very low average peak modulation, many around 30% of average peak modulation. So with my background, I felt I could help, or at least try. I knew that most modern-day ham transceivers did have enough onboard processing equipment to be able to overcome most all of the problems. So it would just be a matter of developing a generic dynamic range setup procedure and then adjusting the onboard EQ gear. And so I started the Qso-Vlog network with the phrase, "If you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout." And today we're currently featuring over 2,500 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. And you can access these recordings by going to YouTube and doing a call letter search for KC9VKV followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor followed by the word logbook. And we also have a new series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor followed by the word Highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical and more human nature philosophical kinds of QSOs. That's KC9VKV Highlights on a YouTube search. Both KC9VKV Logbook and KC9VKV Highlights are segments of our main YouTube homepage of Jim's Radio Story, where we celebrate a 50-year career in commercial broadcasting, a 50-year journey from a 5-watt pirate radio station as a 12-year-old to production director of a major 50,000-watt AM broadcast facility. And the thing that makes this truly a unique story is that I have the actual audio masters from all along the way, over 2,600 shows, including many full-length major music concerts and radio documentaries. You'll have to check it out and subscribe. Jim's Radio Story on a YouTube search. Our mission statement for the Qso-Vlog network is to establish a higher technical level of radio transmissions of the human voice by the intelligent utilization of available electronics in current amateur radio transceivers. Our setup, while generic in nature, converts the average 10 dB dynamic range transmitter with an average 30% of peak modulation to a much fuller 3 dB dynamic range with an average 80 to 85% of peak modulation. This substantial boost in audio transmit level is extremely beneficial in high noise levels and heavy QRM. It allows you to punch through when others fail. The second part of our transmitter setup has to do with proper mic equalization. We're looking to optimize the transmitted voice for a higher degree of intelligibility through the use of EQ patterns that bring out the articulation aspects of the human voice. Again, why need to hear the voice if you can't understand the words? Also this afternoon on the receive side, we're running 4 Internet SDR receivers, monitoring New York, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and Virginia, trying to get the best copy from our 100-watt friends. Now the audio from these 4 SDR receivers comes up on a 6-position rotary selector. Also on this selector is our local receiver audio. And today, our local receiver is running 3 large 10-foot vertical magnetic loop antennas, one aimed at 0 degrees, one aimed at 90 degrees, and the number 3 is aimed at 134 degrees. These are run as a directional scanner array with a manual voting system 6-position rotary selector. Also today, on the transmit side, we'll be running our no SWR, specially oriented, resonant dipole antenna. One leg of this resonant dipole runs broadside to Montreal, Canada. The other leg runs broadside to Miami, Florida. As we were constructing our station, our mantra was 20 over from Montreal to Miami with a hotspot through the Carolinas. And although conditions may vary, the general performance of this antenna supports its mission. Also today, we'll be running our input source indicator, so when we switch from an internet SDR receiver to our local receiver, you'll be able to hear the switch and see the switch. You'll have to check it out on our YouTube Qso-Vlog video. And as we come together for another Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network, let us pause just a moment for the amateur radio operator's prayer. Lord, we pray for clear 20 over S9 communications today. Let all our transmissions fill the air and reach their destinations QSA5 to be understood by all. And as we pray for good radio conditions, let us also pray for good human conditions. During this time of pandemic that has challenged us all, we pray that you'll protect everyone, especially our elderly. And also, Lord, we seek your divine intervention to bring peace to a very divided United States. As we go through a very conflicting time in America's history, with dark clouds all around, we pray that you'll reduce life's daily political QRM between our brothers and sisters. And through your love and guidance, show us the way to find peace and harmony. Help us to communicate with one another 20 over S9. Thank you, Lord, and God bless and protect America. Amen. To continue, since this part of the band has many nets trying to operate in a very confined area, I would appreciate all stations checking into our Qso-Vlog net to keep their bandpass to no wider than 100 to 2900. And again, please, no wider than 100 to 2900. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. And now let's check in and see if Charlie, K1GZL, is on frequency to bring us up to date on the latest 40-meter band propagation. Charlie's QTH is up north in northern New Hampshire, near the Canadian border. Charlie, got a copy?
Border. Charlie, got a copy?
Yes, I do, Jim. It was fading before, but now you're Q5 direct. Q5 direct on this very, very cold day, mostly sunny, hazy, and it's somewhere around 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Do you copy okay, Jim? Go right ahead.
Roger, Charlie. This Friday is certainly a lot better than last Friday. We had like a blackout on communications last Friday, so I'm copying you 20 over on Milford right now.
Okay, very, very fine. I was talking to Captain Mike, KX4 Whiskey Charlie, aeronautical mobile in a Boeing 767, and I caught him going west a couple of days ago, I think 2 days ago, and I got a recording of him on the ramp, or maybe just before he landed. But anyway, on the ramp, just running 400 watts, and at one point on the ground, he was coming in here at 30 over 9 on 20 meters, and I've got him on here. I hope this recording works. Wait a minute, let's see.
I was facing north, now we're facing east. Yeah, here's John, quite well.
That's Sacramento.
Stand by.
Yeah, he's in Sacramento here.
It was about a 5-2, so good copy on John. I wonder, he's probably hearing me, I don't know if he's hearing me at all now. We're facing east. Any difference there, Charlie?
Okay.
2 on 4/10 of a watch into Sacramento on the ground, 20 meters, KX4 Whiskey Charlie.
Okay, now that was Sacramento on the ground, and here he is a number of hours ago this morning. I guess this is the 24th. Wait a minute, let me see what I've got here.
And Charlie, we're just about 30 miles east of Des Moines at 370 with a 150 knot tailwind doing about almost 600 knots across the ground. And we're about 865 miles from Philadelphia. Temperature this morning is minus 54 up here at 37. K1GZL, KX4 Whiskey Charlie, you're 59 plus.
Celsius.
Mississippi, just south of Moline. And 10 miles a minute there. It's easy to calculate our travels here. So anyway, it looks like we're going to be right where you wanted me at quarter till. It's almost that time. So I don't know what the signal you're getting me at this point, but you are definitely 59 plus as we approach the Mississippi River here. Let's see, W2NQ, KX4 Whiskey Charlie. Peoria. But anyway, good hearing everybody in there, and everybody was just booming in today. So nice to hear everyone. And Charlie, I'll pick you up on the ground here at quarter after 1 o'clock. And I'm not sure where it's going from here. I'll just hand it to John. I think Jim's still on the phone. And Ken, 73 to you there. I hope you got the message there. It's Sunday through Thursday on that 40 meters. Anyway, you guys have a nice afternoon. W2NQ, KX4, Whiskey Charlie, Air Mobile, 73 guys.
Okay, I think we're going to
northeast of Peoria at 370, Charlie. We've got a 160 knot tailwind, so we're moving along quite well. You're a 59 plus K1GZL, KX4 Whiskey Charlie.
That was Illinois.
We got in a few minutes early, but just blocked in. We're facing to the northwest.
Tarmac.
And boy, you're really sounding good, as good as you were into Sacramento on 40 the other night. Of course, I'm a little closer, but good contact there. Temperature here is plus 10 Celsius, and very windy, gusty. It was like gusting to about 25 knots coming in here. But yeah, good copy. You're 59 plus. K1GZL, KX4 Whiskey Charlie. It's KX4 Whiskey Charlie on 40 meters upper sideband, Philadelphia, over.
Okay, he's on the tarmac.
The other night in Sacramento, so it'll be interesting to see if you're on Saturday, whether the conditions will be as good as they were a couple nights ago. But anyway, well, I just got the answer from Ken about the...
Okay, well, yeah, he was sitting on the ramp. I was waiting for him to mention on the ramp. That's why I delayed it a little bit here. But I thought he had, but I wasn't sure if Mike had mentioned that he was on the ramp. Sorry to run that a little bit on the lengthy side. Back over to you, Jim. I hope you were able to copy that. By the way, that little storm that went by here, most of the heaviest snow fell south of me, but totally I think we got somewhere between 4 and 5 inches. So we're around 64 inches for the season, total snow so far, and that's about half normal, about half of what we should have had totally. This has been a very light year as far as snowfall. KX4, KC9VKV, K1G, a Z, and an L.
Roger, Charlie. I copied everything. It was just beautiful, and you did an excellent job on jockeying all those cuts around there, Roger.
Jockeying all those cuts around there, Roger.
Okay, well, we can only try. Try. But look, I'll let you go now. And we'll hope that next Friday we have good conditions. But when the radio conditions permit it, it's a lot of fun. To see what can happen. In fact, at one point, when he was on the ramp, both in Sacramento, California, and also in Philadelphia, I ran the power down on the 7300 to 0.4 watt, and he was absolutely copying Q5, solid copy, not strong, of course not, but Q5 on the ramp on both airports, on the ramp in Sacramento and also in Philadelphia there just a couple of hours ago. So a pleasure, and always is, Jim, and thank you very much for your patience with me trying to get this organized here. So I'll catch you hopefully next week. KC9VKV. This is K1GZL, Clarksville in far northern New Hampshire, 4 air miles east and southeast of the Quebec border of Canada. 73.
Roger, Roger, Charlie, 73, sir. Just an excellent job, and we'll see you next Friday, and stay warm. And just a reminder, this is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog network. My name is Jim, KC9VKV, and better known in some circles as Dr. VKV. And we're recording now live till 5, so if you have a radio you want to check out, give us a shout. We'll post this recording up on YouTube in the next couple of days. So when you go to YouTube, just do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook on a YouTube search, and that'll take you to our YouTube Qso-Vlog page, where we're currently featuring over 2,500 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings. This recording will be cut number 1 in that series. We also have a new series called KC9VKV Highlights. That's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word highlights on a YouTube search. These are some of our less technical and more human nature, philosophical kinds of QSOs. You'll have to check it out, KC9VKV Highlights on a YouTube search. Well, let's open it up and get on with the show. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
November 9, Zulu X-ray.
Zulu X-ray station, come back slowly with your call sign phonetically.
Station, come back slowly with your call sign phonetically.
Roger, Roger, November 9, Zulu X-ray. QSL?
Roger, Roger, Zulu X-ray, and what's the name there?
Roger, Roger, Zulu X-ray, and what's the name there?
Yeah, good afternoon, Jim. Name here is Mike, and I'm located in Bloomington, Illinois. Roger?
Roger, Roger, and what radio are you running today, Mike?
Roger, Roger, and what radio are you running today, Mike?
Today I'm using my Flex 6500, and I'm using a Heil PR781 microphone.
Roger, Roger, Mike. Well, on our setup, if you're interested, the first thing is to verify that we're in that 100 to 2900 wide bandwidth. 100 to 2900, Roger, Roger.
And width, 100 to 2900, Roger, Roger.
Yeah, QSL, we're at 12900, Roger.
Roger, Roger, Mike, and so then we move to compressor on and add a 3. Well, if you're 0 to 10, we want it on a 3. If you're 0 to 100, we want it on 30. So that's 3 on a 0 to 10 and 30 on a 0 to 100. Roger?
0 to 10 and 30 on a 0 to 100. Roger?
Okay, Roger that. I'm going to have to find where that is. I'm looking at my display. I don't mess with that too much. Right now the processor's in normal. And, we probably have to do some research on that.
All right, Mike, just take a note on that. We want that compressor in there at a. If it's a 0 to 10, we want it at a 3. If it's 0 to 100, we want it at a 30. So once past the compression, then we move to the ALC with mic gain in hand. And as you say the magic word audio, don't stress it. Just say the word audio. Strengthen or elongate the first of that, and you become a human test tone and adjust your mic level until your ALC meter is showing 2/3. Roger?
Thirds, Roger.
Okay, yep, roger that, Jim. Well, let me check my where my compression settings are, because I don't see it on the display that I normally look at. So I don't want to take up time that another station could be in there working with you. Roger.
Roger, Mike. The compression is so light that it really doesn't make any difference as far as setting your level. Usually, I prefer to set all the pre-equipment before adjusting the final level, but a 3 on compression is so light that it doesn't change much at all. So we could go ahead and set, if you know where your ALC meter is, we could go ahead and set that if you would say the word audio and adjust your mic gain until your ALC is showing 2/3.
Adjust your mic gain until your ALC is showing 2/3.
Okay, yeah, that's I'm looking at my compression right now is going about halfway. It says minus 25 dB at the top end, so from 0 to 25 dB, and that's going about halfway up. ALC, that's not relatively displayed on here. I'd have to dig into that as well.
Yes, sir. Well, you have to consult your book. And then we want to do EQ, but we can't do that until we have your signal ballistically correct as far as ALC level, because things change sound-wise when you adjust and come up with a 3 dB dynamic range as opposed to a 10 dB dynamic range. So maybe later on you can check back after consulting the magic book and find out where those are, and we will get you set up. Roger?
Book and find out where those are, and we will get you set up. Roger?
Yeah, no, that sounds like a plan. We'll hit the manual handy here, but there's, as you know, there's so many settings you can do with this, especially SDR software. So let me check on the ALC, and I'll also go back to the compression too, and look at both those things, and we could check back in with you again and see if we could get this thing nailed down. But I think I'm in pretty good space from what I've heard from folks, but I'd like to get you to get me a little bit more fine-tuned. So I appreciate your time, Jim.
Yes, sir, and we'll need also your tone control page, how to get to there. Your equalization page, that'll tell you in the book how to get to there also, Roger?
That'll tell you in the book how to get to there also, Roger?
Yep, Roger that. Tone control, yeah, the equalization is relatively right at my hand here, so I jotted down a note on a couple of those things, and we'll consult that, and we can try this again maybe at a later point.
Yes, sir, Mike. 73, sir. Thanks for dropping by. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Kilowatt Echo 4, Bravo, Florida, Germany, in East Tennessee.
Roger, Tennessee station, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Roger, Tennessee station, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Yes, sir. It's Kilo Echo number 4, Bravo, Foxtrot Golf, KE4BFG. in Cosby, Tennessee, near Galtenberg in the Great Smoky Mountains. The name here is Roger. Hope you're having a good Friday.
Yes, sir, Roger. Welcome aboard, sir. And what radio are you running today?
Sure. And what radio are you running today?
Okay, I'm just running barefooty, 200 watts, and on the Yaesu FT-DX101MP with a M-1 reference desk mic. M-1 reference desk mic, and you'll have to excuse the accent. I got a hillbilly accent because that's where I'm from.
Yes, sir, I love it. I love it. I spent about 2 or 3 years on VHF working southeast from my direction down into the Tennessee hills and, Cross Mountain and around through there, and I really enjoy that time in my life. So welcome aboard. If you're interested in our setup procedure, it starts with you knowing if you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. that's called wide in most cases, and it's the best performance capability for your radio. And if you're not familiar with that, go ahead and take a note about finding out if you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger, Roger?
100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger, Roger?
QSL, that's what I'm on right now. I went into the menu on from 100 to 2900 on the 101 MP.
Excellent, Roger. That will give you the best audio performance with that setting. And then we move to our compressor. And if your compression input is labeled 0 to 10, we want it on a 3. If it's labeled 0 to 100, we want it on a 30, just a third of the compression capability, Roger.
On 30, just a third of the compression capability, Roger.
Okay, well, that's what I got mine set on, and I got my mic gain set on 40. Got the compressor set on 30 and the mic gain set on 40.
Yes, sir, Roger. All right, let's go to, if you know where your ALC is, if you can see your ALC, and you will have your mic gain in hand, and saying the magic word audio. This is a word that you become a human test tone generator. Say the word audio, elongate the front of that, and adjust your mic gain until your ALC meter is reading 2/3. Roger?
Until your ALC meter is reading 2/3. Roger?
Oh, okay, QSL. QSL, well, mine's reading about, let's see, I'm on the ALC, I had to switch it. I generally keep my second meter on the SWR, but anyway, I just went to ALC. At the bottom, mine's going from 3 to 4, 3 to 4.
Yes, sir. Well, you want to be just to the right of mid-scale. You want to be just to the right of mid-scale on your ALC as you adjust your mic gain when you say the word audio. Roger, Roger?
You adjust your mic gain when you say the word audio. Roger, Roger?
Oh, okay, audio. Okay, it's going out there past 5 when I go audio. It's going into the black.
Well, we just want it halfway, mid-scale, between mid-scale and 2/3 on your meter. Roger, Roger?
Between mid-scale and 2/3 on your meter. Roger, Roger?
Oh, okay. Well, let me turn my mic gain down some. Hang on just a second. Okay, hang on just a second. Let me turn it down to 30 here. Okay, audio. It's going all the way up to about 2.5. Audio, about 2.5. Is that better?
Well, actually, the numbers don't make any difference. It's the mid-scale to 2/3 area on the meter. That's the point. We want to be just a little bit to the right of halfway on that ALC meter. Roger?
Just a little bit to the right of halfway on that ALC meter. Roger?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just going just a little bit above halfway on about 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock on the meter.
Yes, sir, Roger. And I'm looking at your output. I'm looking at your audio on a VU meter tied to my receiver out, and it does look like you're running about 3 dB dynamic range, which is exactly what we want to do in our setup. Do you know where your tone control or your equalization page is for that radio?
Where your tone control or your equalization page is for that radio?
Not right off the top of my head. I watched the videos when I've had this radio a year in December. When I first bought the radio, I set, it don't have a tone control. It's got an equalizer. I wish it had a bass and a treble. Maybe one of these days, the Yaesu can come out with a firmware, to do that. But it's just got an equalizer, and I set the equalizer like the guys had it on the video. I watched 2 or 3 videos, and they both, all of them used the same settings on the equalizer. But I believe the DX10 has got a tone control where you can add more bass and more treble, but the 101 don't.
Yes, sir. Well, it does, but it's just does it a different way, and they call it a different thing. But your audio equalization curve sounds really nice. I would just add, maybe a couple of clicks on the top end there. If you have a capability of manipulating that treble frequency, 2.7K is the great frequency to use for your top end boost, and I would boost it about 2 clicks additional from where you are. Additional 2 clicks boost, treble EQ 2.7, and if you could do width, I would make it a 4. And you might take notes of that. A 4 width, 2.7K on the push point, and about 2 dB push on that EQ, Roger?
Push on that EQ, Roger?
Thank you, sir. I sure will. I hear that you're on YouTube. I'll try to find you on YouTube and go back and, that way I can have a record of it, and I'll try to go in my menu and find all that, but I don't know where it's at right now. I have to read my owner's manual on my 101 MP. I'll just call it the 101 MP. It's a FTDX. That's a mouthful. But you know what I mean. I appreciate the help there, and it's good to work you here on 40M, KE4 BFG. Thanks again.
Roger. Glad to hear you, and thanks for dropping by. And if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that's Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2,500 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Recordings, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Okay, I'm sorry. Will you give me that call again? I just found me a pen.
Yes, sir. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor. That's KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook on a YouTube search, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow.
Book on a YouTube search, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow.
Okay, thank you, sir. You have a great Friday and a good weekend coming up. 73's from KE4 BFG near Dollywood.
Roger. 73, sir. Have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. That's net, not nut. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo Oscar 4 Golf Romeo.
Golf Romeo, Roger. Come back one more time phonetically with your call sign, please.
Roger. Come back one more time phonetically with your call sign, please.
Kilo Oscar 4 Golf Romeo.
Roger, Golf Romeo, and what's the name there?
Roger, Golf Romeo, and what's the name there?
The name here is Ken in Northeast Georgia, Golf Alpha.
Roger, GGR, and gosh, it just so happens that I'm using my Georgia SDR. You're sounding really, really good there. If you're interested in our setup procedure, it starts with you double-checking to be sure you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger.
100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. Roger.
Roger, got that.
Okay, and Ken, what radio are you running this week?
Okay, and Ken, what radio are you running this week?
I'm running a Linko DX SR8 in through a Ameritron ALS 600 amp through an in-fed half wave. Over.
Roger, Ken. Okay, if you're interested in our setup procedure, it starts with you engaging your compressor. If your compressor is labeled 0 to 10, we want it on a 3. If the compression is a 0 to 100, we want it on 30. Just a third of the capability of the compressor, Roger.
We want it on 30. Just a third of the capability of the compressor, Roger.
Roger, I've got that. If it goes to a 10, go to 3. If the scale's to 100, go to 30.
Yes, sir. Then move to your AL. Once you get your compression in, go to your ALC meter with mic gain in hand. And as you say the magic word audio, don't stress it. Just say it like you would say any other word in a QSO, but elongate the front of it, audio, and you become a human test generator and adjust your mic gain until your ALC is running 2/3. Roger?
Your mic gain until your ALC is running 2/3. Roger?
Roger, I'll copy that.
Alrighty, and then we would go to your. Do you know how to get to your tone control EQ page?
We would go to your. Do you know how to get to your tone control EQ page?
Not right offhand, but I can look it up. Over.
All right, you need a little bottom end there. You seem to be pretty much upper, mids, and top end only. So you could use a little bass boost there, maybe 3 clicks at 200 cycles. I would move my sample point. If it's at 300 cycles, I'd move it to 200 cycles, and I would go plus 3 clicks boost on bass from where you are. 3 clicks additional boost from where you are. Roger?
From where you are. 3 clicks additional boost from where you are. Roger?
Roger. 3 clicks from where I'm standing now. Over.
Roger. On the bass EQ. Roger, Roger?
Roger. On the bass EQ. Roger, Roger?
Roger, I copy that. Over.
Roger, and so then, it might need a little more top end, but, get that bottom end in there and we'll see, maybe you could check in later today, next week, whenever you get a chance, and we can double check that EQ curve. Roger, Roger?
Double check that EQ curve. Roger, Roger?
Roger, Roger. You hear every week about this time on this frequency. Over.
Yes, sir, Ken. Every Friday afternoon from 3:30 till 5, we record live and help folks set up their radios. And then we go to YouTube and upload it by noon tomorrow. If you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, that will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2,500 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings, and that's on a YouTube search, and we'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
That's on a YouTube search, and we'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Roger. Thank you very much, sir. I'm glad for you to give me this information, and I'll go and I'll try to be back next Friday. This is Kilo Oscar 4, Golf Romeo. I'll be clear after yours.
Roger, Roger, Golf Romeo, your top end sounds really good. And so I think about 3 clicks at 200 cycles or even 300 cycles, however you set up there. I usually use 200 cycles, but 3 clicks bass boost additional from where you are, I think would give you a little more wider bandwidth, as far as your audio curve is concerned. 73 there, Ken. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend, and join us next Friday. If you get a chance, we'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Whiskey 8, Whiskey India Lima.
Whiskey India Lima. I'm sure Whiskey India Uniform, I believe it was. Come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Yeah, Uniform, I believe it was. Come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
All right, very good. The call is Whiskey 8, Whiskey India Lima. That would be W8WIL.
Roger, Whiskey India Lima, and what's the name there?
Roger, Whiskey India Lima, and what's the name there?
The name here is Gene. It's actually Donald Eugene, but they've called me Gene ever since I was in diapers. So I go by Gene, Golf Echo November Echo.
Give me that phonetically one more time on the name.
Give me that phonetically one more time on the name.
Gene, Golf Echo November Echo.
Gotcha, Gene. And what's your location, sir?
Gotcha, Gene. And what's your location, sir?
I'm in north central West Virginia, about 50 miles south of the Pennsylvania border. The biggest town or city in my area would be Clarksburg, and that's south of Morgantown, West Virginia, home of the West Virginia Mountaineers. Over.
Roger, Roger, Gene. Well, I've got a room full of you there. I've got 4 SDRs across the country, and you're like 20 over on all 4 of them, from Georgia to PA to Rochester, Arlington, Virginia, and on my local antenna, you're great also. So got a great signal. But if you would be interested in our setup, it starts with you double checking to be sure you're in that wide transmit bandwidth, 100 to 2900. Roger.
Yes, that's what I'm in. 2900. Roger. Yes, that's what I'm in. Yeah, I'm running the Nikon 7100. And I am 100 to 2900, which would be wide. That's where exactly where I am. I have talked with you before, but I was on a 7300 at the time. That's been, oh my gosh, I'd say 6 months ago. And then I picked up this 7100, and the microphone is a SM30, and I call them SM30 microphone.
Roger, Roger, Gene. Well, I'm down in Georgia. That's less traffic down there, so I get a better signal on you from the standpoint of QRM and sideband garbage and all that stuff. So I'm on the Georgia SDR, and you're just beautiful down there. If you're interested in our setup procedure, move to your compressor. And if it's 0 to 10, we want it on a 3. If it's 0 to 100, we want it on a 30. Roger.
If it's 0 to 100, we want it on a 30. Roger.
Okay, alrighty. My compressor is on a 2. That is a 2. It does run from 0 to 10, but I do have the compressor on a 2.
Roger, if you could move it to a 3, we'll continue on with our setup. A 3 is nice. It does not pump up between words. You'll never hear it on the air, and it is ideal for our setup. So 3 on the compressor, Roger.
For our setup. So 3 on the compressor, Roger.
Okay, just give me a second, and I'll pop her up to a 3. Okay, there it is. Let me double check it.
Should be just very little activity, just enough to help us on our 3 dB dynamic range at the end of our setup.
It is now 3 dB dynamic range at the end of our setup.
What's your first name, by the way? It kind of slips my mind.
I'm sorry, we doubled. The name here is Jim, Juliet India Mike. And so if you have your compressor on a 3 out of 10, then let's move to your ALC, Roger.
Out of 10, then let's move to your ALC, Roger.
Okay, ALC. You mean my bass and treble tones? Is that what you're talking about?
No, ALC, your automatic limiter control. It's on your meter scale. You should be able to find it there, right? Probably displayed already. ALC, Roger.
Probably displayed already. ALC, Roger.
We doubled again, sir. This is kind of back and forth here, and we're not in the right rhythm. So anyway, your ALC is probably displayed on your radio, Roger.
Anyway, your ALC is probably displayed on your radio, Roger.
Oh yes, it is. But I had it turned off. The ALC is
going, hello, hello, low, on peaks, I'd say about 2/3 to 3/4 of the way on peaks. That's where it is right now.
Roger, Gene. We're going to show how to set that. As you have your hand on the mic gain and say the magic word audio, elongate the front of that and you become a human test generator, audio. And as you say the word, adjust your mic gain until your AOC meter is running 2/3. Roger?
Until your AOC meter is running 2/3. Roger? Okay, 2/3 on high. Okay, let me hit my mic there. Okay, I'm going to have to turn that down a little bit. Just daggone radio. Just a minute. Hello. Yeah, it's a little hot. Let me turn it down.
Hello, Gene.
Hello. Audio. Gene.
Yes, sir. So elongate that word out so it's really easy to set your AOC. Just go audio, spoken just as you would speak any other word in a QSO. Don't stress it, just say it. Stretch out the front and adjust your mic gain for 2/3 on your AOC meter.
Front and adjust your mic gain for 2/3 on your AOC meter. Okay. Audio. That's about 2/3 to 3/4 right there. Yeah, I would say. And if I go, on a high peak, it'll go full scale. But just normal tone of voice, about 3 inches from the microphone, it's going about 2/3.
Roger, Gene. So listen just a little bit here. What I'm saying is use the word audio. Use that word audio. Stretch out the front, and it's just like a tone generator, and you just adjust your mic gain for 2/3. Simple as that.
Tone generator, and you just adjust your mic gain for 2/3. Simple as that. Oh, okay. Audio. Let me turn her down. Audio. Let me see. I'm still working on it. Let me turn that off there. Oh, shoot. Let me get LALC. Audio. That's, that's about 2/3 right there. That's pretty good. Between 1/2 and 2/3 is what it's doing. Audio. Did that still got plenty of audio there as far as that goes?
Well, no. We want to set it right on 2/3. And the best way to do that is just use the word audio and adjust your mic gain to 2/3. Can't be simpler than that, Gene.
And adjust your mic gain to 2/3. Can't be simpler than that, Gene. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Audio. I'd say it's 2/3 right there. Yeah. Between 1/2 and 2/3, it's 2/3 right there.
All right, Gene. Good enough, sir. You could run to your equalization page if you'd like, and we would do a little audio setup there.
We would do a little audio setup there. Okay. Okay, I'm on my sideband equalization page. I'm assuming that you're talking about transmit and base, etc.
Yes, sir. What kind of, do you have a 3-band EQ on that radio, a 2-band, or an 8-band? What kind of EQ do you have on that radio?
EQ on that radio, 2-band or an 8-band? What kind of EQ do you have on that radio? Well, basically, it's just a treble and a bass. Just treble and a bass on the ICOM 7100. I have the treble on +2 at this time, and the bass is zero. +2 on a treble, and bass is 0.
All right, Gene, why don't we take the treble, additional 2 clicks boost from where you are. 2 clicks boost, additional treble EQ from where you are. That would give you a +4, Roger.
Additional treble EQ from where you are. That would give you a +4, Roger. Okay. I will do that. Okay, there we go. Okay, treble +4, and bass is 0, and transmit bandwidth, of course, is wide.
Alrighty, so let's go to the bottom end. Let's go to +2 clicks bass boost from where you are. +2 clicks bass boost from where you are. So that'll give you a +2 on bass, Roger.
So that'll give you a +2 on bass, Roger. Okay. I'm going to unkey and go up 2 on the bass, and that would have my final setting. It would be treble +4 and bass +2 when I get it done here. Okay, there we go. Transmit bass is +2, and transmit treble is +4. If that's about where you like to have it, that's exactly where I'm sitting right now.
Yes, sir. Now let's go back to your ALC and double check your level. So we've done the EQ there, and anytime you do that, you need to go back to your ALC and just double check your level. Particularly when you do a bass push, you need to go back to your ALC to just verify you're still in that 2/3 position. So watching your ALC, just use the word audio and adjust your mic gain for 2/3, Roger.
Audio and adjust your mic gain for 2/3, Roger. Okay. Audio, 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 audio. It's about 2/3 to 3/4 max. It never changes that much.
Yes, sir. That's great. Sounds really good. Now, why don't you give me about 10 seconds or 20 seconds and tell me the best thing you like about your radio so we can get a nice recording, Roger?
Tell me the best thing you like about your radio so we can get a nice recording, Roger. Oh, okay. Very good. Radio, I kind of, well, it's versatile. It's what I call Jack in a box. Not only is it just HF, it's also has a D-Star, is capable of D-Star, which I have no D-Star. Is capable of D-Star, which I have no D-Star repeaters around this area, so I don't use that. But that's about it. My antenna system is a fan dipole that I built probably 25, 26 years ago. I have 80, 40, 20, and 17 meters. Single fed with coax, and it is about 1.2 without using an antenna tuner over. About 1.2 without using an antenna tuner over.
Roger, Roger, Gene. Well, I've gone around the horn there to all my SDRs. You're sounding beautiful. And so if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. It'll take you to this recording. This will be cut number 1 in a series 2500, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
And I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger. Okay, KC9 Give me the rest. Give it to me again. I'm jotting it down.
Yes, sir. Kilo, Charlie, 9, Victor, Kilo, Victor. Repeat. Kilo, Charlie, 9, Victor, Kilo, Victor, and followed by the word logbook. Logbook. Roger?
And followed by the word logbook. Logbook. Roger? Okay, yeah, gotcha. Kilo, Charlie 9, Victor, Kilo, Victor, followed by the word logbook. And I'll go on YouTube tomorrow, later in the day, and I'll see. Where would I find my particular transmission on your log there?
If you go to YouTube, you'll call that a search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. It'll take you to this recording. This recording started at 3:30, will end at 5, and you're in there. Roger?
3:30 will end at 5, and you're in there. Roger? Okay, alrighty. That's what I was wanting to know, about 3:30, between 3:30 and 5. Okay, I'll do that, and I appreciate it. Yeah, you set my 7300 up, oh my gosh, a year or two ago, or, well, several months ago, probably about a year. Similar, the only thing different is I'm using a different microphone, but the settings are similar as to the way we have the 7100 set up here.
Yes, sir, Gene. The thing is, what you want to do is double check your ALC level on your 7300 if you've changed mics. Not all mics are created equal. They're all different kinds of levels. And when you change a mic, you should always go back to your ALC on that radio and double check to be sure you're still at 2/3, audio, and adjust mic level to where you are 2/3 on the ALC meter. Roger?
Adjust mic level to where you are 2/3 on the ALC meter. Roger? Oh, yeah. Yeah, very good. Yeah, in fact, I'm still using the same microphone that you and I set it up with a year or so ago. But that's why I wanted to try the 7100 with it's a different mic, and now that we have this 7100 set up with this particular microphone, and I'll listen tomorrow, and I'm sure I'll like the way it sounds, because you're very good at what you do, and I will use the same microphone and leave my settings just as they are today.
Roger, Gene. All right, sir. I think we got you going there. Get the duct tape and tape her down. Gorilla tape. I'm sorry, not duct. Well, it's the same, but Gorilla Tape is about two strengths of duct tape, so I always use Gorilla Tape if I want to make sure things don't change. 73, Gene. We'll catch you later. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Yeah, Kilo Echo 4, Bravo, Foxtrot, Germany. I went back in there and I turned up the 7, but 2 clicks. Is that any better?
Oh, that's beautiful. This is Roger?
Oh, that's beautiful. This is Roger?
Roger, Dodger.
You got it going on, sir. Sounds really nice. Why don't you tell me about your antenna there for 10 seconds? Just let me listen to you.
Your antenna there for 10 seconds. Just let me listen to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I really appreciate this. I appreciate this so much. The antenna is myantennas.com infed. It's 10 to 70 infed. And it's, I believe it's got a 2 kW, 2 kilowatt ballum on it. But anyway, my ALC
is perfect. It looks good on the meter.
Yes, sir. And I just went around, and you sound beautiful. I even got you on my local antenna, and my local antenna is good from 100 cycles to 2900, and you just sound beautiful. Most of these SDRs are rolling off the low frequencies in their audio, and I don't know why that is, but they do tend to roll off under 250 cycles. My receivers flat from 100 to 2900. You sound beautiful. I think you love your recording. Roger, Roger.
Sound beautiful. I think you love your recording. Roger, Roger.
Okay, well, I thank you there, sir. I'm sorry I didn't catch the name. The name here is Roger, and I do appreciate it. I'm going to get out of here, let you help some other people. God bless you. Thank you for the help. KC9VKV, KE4VFG. Thank you, sir.
Roger, 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 and my pleasure. And if you get a chance, go to YouTube and do that call letter search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, and you'll be able to hear your radio. It sounds really good, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. So it's a YouTube search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. 73, Roger. This is a Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. WHWIL question real quickly there, and then I'll turn it over to you and somebody else.
Yeah, go ahead, question.
Yeah, go ahead, question. Yeah, it's Gene again. Daggone, I had it right at the tip of my tongue what I was going to ask you. Oh, well. You go ahead and pick somebody else up. It'll come to me, and I'll get back to you if you're still on there. Oh, yeah, I remember now. When you recorded me there, were you recording me on your antenna system at 12900?
I think I probably did. I usually move around trying to get a sample of the SDRs. If I get a better signal, if I've got a good copy on my local antenna, I will go to that. So I think I did. There's a chevron on the right side of my studio picture that shows where I am. It's got it shows 4 SDRs, and it shows my 7300, and it shows a light that moves up and down wherever I go on my receive system. It shows that. So when you're looking at your video, just look at that right-hand chevron, and it'll show exactly where I'm receiving. Roger?
Right-hand chevron, and it'll show exactly where I'm receiving. Roger? Oh, yeah, very good, yeah. Because if, I think I would get a truer if you were had me set up on 12900, which is exactly where I was transferred. And like you said, some of those other ones may be 200 whatever, and it would give you a bassy tone more or less. But if you recorded me on yours at 12900, I think I'd get a truer idea of actually how it sounded. Okay, Okay, I'm pretty sure I've got that right in my mind. I do appreciate it, and I'll let you pick somebody else up. Thank you again. W8WIL.
Roger, Gene, I did go to my local antenna there for a while. You are pretty noisy on that antenna, so I didn't dwell long, but there's enough to hear your tonality to some degree. When it gets that noisy, it's hard to make some, adjustments because noise plays a factor in what you hear. So I usually, will find the best signal and then get an approximation, and then just double check on my local antenna for a moment just to be sure that everything is copacetic. So just in that last recording, I did use my local antenna, so you have that to judge also. So 73 Gene, we'll catch you later, sir. Have a good afternoon, beautiful weekend. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout. Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
November 8, X-Ray Charlie, Mobile 8.
X-Ray Charlie, come back slowly phonetically with the call sign. Charlie, come back slowly phonetically with the call sign.
Yeah, Jim, this is November 8, X-Ray Charlie, Mobile 8, N8XC Mobile in Southwest Ohio. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. And what's the name there? Roger, Roger. And what's the name there?
The name here is Jesse, Juliet Echo, Sierra, Sierra Echo.
Roger, Jesse, and whereabouts, what radio are you running, Roger? Roger, Jesse, and whereabouts, what radio are you running, Roger?
Yeah, I'm on a ICOM IC7000, and we are in Southwest Ohio, about 25 miles southwest of Dayton. Go ahead.
Roger, Roger. Well, I'm looking at your audio on a VU meter tied to my receiver, and gosh, you're looking really good there. Why don't you tell me a little bit about your mobile setup there, Roger? Why don't you tell me a little bit about your mobile setup there, Roger?
Yeah, QSL, Jim. Put 100 watts into a ham stick at the moment. I normally run a little Tar Heel 2 on the truck, but having some issues with it, so I took it off this week and just put a ham stick antenna to at least stay on the air, and it seems to be working okay in the mobile setup. Go ahead, Jim.
Roger, Roger, Jesse. Sounds really good. Now, on that microphone that you're using, that's a hand mic, and what you need to do is pull that to the corner of your lips and talk across it. Don't talk directly into it. Pull it to the corner of your lips. Actually touch the corner of your lips and talk across it, Roger. Your lips. Actually touch the corner of your lips and talk across it, Roger.
Yeah, QSL, that's what I normally do. I'm not sure if I had strayed from that, but if it's sounding a little hot, I may have the microphone gain up a little bit. Is it popping a little bit?
Well, it was your audio level's fine. It was just little transients that were creeping in there, and you minimize those by talking. Pull it to the corner of your lips and talk across it. That will minimize any mouth noises, Roger. Your lips and talk across it. That will minimize any mouth noises, Roger.
QSL, that's the way my Elmer taught me 48 years ago. So, yeah, I just wanted to jump in and get your opinion. Obviously, I can't make any adjustments. I believe I have all of the levels set as you recommend, but just wanted to get a professional opinion to see if I need to jump back into the rig itself and make any adjustments. Go ahead.
Roger, Jesse. No, it's just absolutely perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. You know, a mobile setup is different than a base setup. A base setup, you have better acoustics. You have less residual noise. I mean, you know, when you're tooling down the highway at 80 miles an hour, 70 officially, but 80 miles an hour, you have a lot of cab noise there. And if you're running a bunch of stuff, man, it's going to, get into your audio. So I think your audio setting right now sounds really good, and your EQ curve is just perfect. And if you would like to hear it, if you go to YouTube and do a call letter search for Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, it'll take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2,500 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger. And I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Roger, Jim. I appreciate what you do, and I will definitely check it out tomorrow. So 73s, take care. Keep up the good work. Kilo Charlie 9, Well, here we go. Victor, Kilo, Victor. Yeah, I need to write that down. That's the other problem with mobile operation. It's hard to write on a log. Hi. But I do have a dash cam going, so if I really need to go back and see what was said, I have it recorded. So 73, take care. November 8, X-ray Charlie, clear on yours.
Roger, Jesse. 73, sir. Drive safely, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Kilo 4, Papa Juliet.
Gosh. Come back, station, with your call sign one more time phonetically.
Come back, station, with your call sign one more time phonetically.
Kilo 4, Papa Juliet Oscar.
PJO, Roger. What's the name there?
PJO, Roger. What's the name there?
The name's Daryl. I talked to you yesterday when the band was, or last week when the band was ugly. I just thought I'd recheck if you had a minute.
Hey, well, it's a lot better today than it was yesterday, Daryl. Last Friday.
Better today than it was yesterday, Daryl. Last Friday.
Absolutely. You're solid 10 over S9 here in South Middle Tennessee. So it's all doing pretty good. I just thought maybe we'd take a moment, if you didn't care, and recheck, make sure I ain't screwed nothing up in the week.
Oh, your audio just sounds beautiful. I'm looking at it on my view meter, just perfect. If you'd love to hear it, go to YouTube and do that, call that a search. You probably have already. KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
To this recording, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Okay, Jim, fine business. I haven't touched it since I talked to you, so I guess it's looking good to you. It's looking good to me. Thanks a lot, buddy. Have a great day. K4PJO.
Roger, PJO, and what radio is that?
Roger, PJO, and what radio is that?
It's the Yaesu FTDX10.
Roger, Daryl. 73, sir. Thanks for dropping by, and if you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is the Friday afternoon Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Qso-Vlog net. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
In 4 FYT.
FYT, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
FYT, come back slowly phonetically with your call sign.
Yes, sir. This is November 4, Foxtrot, Yankee Tango, Valdosta, Georgia, and I talked with you back in September, I believe. I've changed microphones, and I wanted to see how things sounded there. Over.
Alrighty, I'm on my Georgia SDR, matter of fact, and why don't you tell me in 10 seconds or so about the best thing you like about your radio, and tell me what radio you're running, and what you like best about it, Roger?
And tell me what radio you're running, and what you like best about it, Roger?
Okay, this particular radio is the FTDX 101 Delta, and I like it because it's got a lot of noise reduction on it and so forth, and I'm pretty happy with it. They're running about 350 watts into a Meritron ALS 600 there, over.
Roger, and what was the name again?
Roger, and what was the name again?
Phil Papa Hotel India Lima, and I have my processor set on 30, and I thought I had, I'm not sure how it is right now.
Yes, sir. Well, let's go to your EQ page, if you would like, and maybe we could do a little work there. So, if you know where your equalization page is, let's go there, Roger.
You know where your equalization page is, let's go there, Roger.
Roger. And also, I have it set on processor level comp, COMP, and previously I had set A couple of days back, I'd set it on AMC. You know, you're familiar with that, I'm sure.
Well, I'm not real sure. Are you saying that is comp short for compressor? Is that, normally we suggest that you run a 3. Out of if your compression level is 0 to 10, we suggest a 3. If your compression is 0 to 100, we suggest 30. Roger.
Compression is 0 to 100. We suggest 30. Roger.
Roger. Yeah, and that's what I've got it set at right now. But it's also on processor level in this operation settings. On the TX audio, I have a COMP compression level, and I have also a AMC to click on.
Roger. Well, you want to be on compression, I guess. If you're running compression, you probably should be on compression when you do your EQ. Roger.
You probably should be on compression when you do your EQ. Roger.
Roger.
And so if you're on your EQ page, why don't you tell me about your antenna system real quick, and let me listen to you for a minute.
About your antenna system real quick, and let me listen to you for a minute.
All right. My antenna system is I'm running right now on a 40-meter up, and the other antenna I have for 80 meters is a double bazooka there, over.
Yes, okay. What I would suggest is 2 clicks additional boost treble EQ from where you are. If you have a 3-band, it's very simple, just your treble boost, 2 clicks from where you are. Roger?
Just your treble boost, 2 clicks from where you are. Roger?
All right, my frequency on that treble, I believe, is the EQ1 frequency is 200 hertz, so I'll leave that like it is.
Yes, sir. Go to EQ3.
Yes, sir. Go to EQ3.
Okay, I'm sorry. Do you want me to move that 2 clicks on the... I have a 6 right now on the EQ1 level.
Yeah, leave your EQ1 alone. We want to go up to EQ3, which is your treble EQ. Roger.
Go up to EQ3, which is your treble EQ. Roger.
Roger.
All right, and do you have a parametric that you can change the frequency of EQ3?
Do you have a parametric that you can change the frequency of EQ3?
Yes, I'm sitting right now at 2700 hertz.
Excellent, exactly where you need to be. With a width of 4, do you have a width adjustment?
Exactly where you need to be. With a width of 4, do you have a width adjustment?
The bandwidth is sitting on 2.
Yes, move that to a 4.
Yes, move that to a 4.
Put it on 4, you say?
4 width, 2.7K, and 4 width. Roger, and then plus 3 clicks from where you are boost on that frequency.
Plus 3 clicks from where you are boost on that frequency.
Okay, I've got the 4 setting now, and on the boost, are you talking about the EO3 bandwidth?
Yes, no, not the bandwidth, but the intensity. We want to go 3 clicks push on 2.7, 3 clicks additional boost on EQ3 2.7, Roger?
Boost on EQ3 2.7, Roger?
Okay, it's setting on 4 right now. I went up from a 2 to a 4, so put 3 more in there, is that right?
Tell me about your radio and what you like best about it in about 20 seconds, and let me listen to you.
Tell me about your radio and what you like best about it in about 20 seconds, and let me listen to you.
Roger. I like the radio. It's pretty good on the audio as far as receive. You got a lot of filtering. Got the VC tune on it for 1 frequency band, and it's just I like it pretty well. I've had some other radios too, but I like it pretty well. In 4F Latte.
Yeah, Phil, I would just leave it. I think it sounds beautiful. I wouldn't change a thing. Get the Gorilla Tape out and taper down, Roger?
I wouldn't change a thing. Get the Gorilla Tape out and taper down, Roger?
Roger. This mic I'm using, Jim, is the Pure 7B, and on the low cut I got that flat, and then on the high cut I got the on the other side of the switch on the back of it I got the presence pushed in on it. That's what the guy said that sounded better on.
Yes, sir. Whatever you got, just leave it the same. Get the tape out and taper down. Don't change a thing, Roger.
It's the same. Get the tape out and taper down. Don't change a thing, Roger.
That's no problem. I can do that, and I'm going to copy everything. Copy and photocopy and all. I appreciate your help.
Georgia.
Roger, Roger, Phil. 73, sir. Have a great afternoon. Beautiful weekend. If you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search. Kilo Charlie 9 Victor, Kilo Victor, followed by the word logbook, will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2,500 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
And I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Roger, Roger, and I sure appreciate your help there. You have a good weekend as well. N4FY, take care.
Roger, Roger, Phil, 73, sir. Have a great afternoon. If you get a chance, join us next Friday. We'd love to have you. This is KC9VKV, Friday afternoon, Qso-Vlog. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
Vlog. If you have a radio you want to check out, give me a shout.
November, Mike 2 Bravo.
Station ending in Bravo, come back with your call sign slowly phonetically.
Station ending in Bravo, come back with your call sign slowly phonetically.
Roger. It is November, Mike 2 Bravo.
November, Mike 2 Bravo. Roger, Roger. What's the name there?
November, Mike 2 Bravo. Roger, Roger. What's the name there?
Yeah, the name here is Andrew.
Roger, Andrew, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
Roger, Andrew, and whereabouts are you located, sir?
I am located about half an hour west of St. Louis, Missouri.
All right, sir, you're in Missouri. Is that a Roger?
All right, sir, you're in Missouri. Is that a Roger?
Roger, Roger.
All righty, and what radio are you running today?
All righty, and what radio are you running today?
So I'm running the IC705 today into a 100-watt linear amplifier.
Alrighty, if you're interested in our setup procedure, it starts with you verifying you're in that 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth. 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth will give you the best performance for your transmitter. Roger, Roger.
Transmit bandwidth will give you the best performance for your transmitter. Roger, Roger.
Roger that. Let me check that out. Okay, now I'm on the wide transmit bandwidth.
Excellent, excellent. All right, now move to your compressor and set it on, if it's a 0 to 10, set it on 3. If it's a 0 to 100, set it on 30. So it's 3 on a 10 and the 30 on 100, Roger?
3 on a 10 and the 30 on 100, Roger?
Roger that. It is on a 3 on a scale of 10.
Roger, Roger. Okay, now let's move to your AOC with mic gain in hand. And as you say the magic word audio, stretch out the front of that. Just say it, don't stress it, just say it like you would say any other word in a QSO. Audio, stretch that word out and adjust your mic gain until your AOC is running 2/3. Roger?
Your mic gain until your AOC is running 2/3. Roger?
Roger that. Audio. I believe that's right at roughly 2/3.
All right, so now let's move to your equalization page. That's where you need the most help, is in your equalization. You're pretty muddy, so what we want to do is get you a little more articulated, Roger. So if you're on your EQ page.
A little more articulated, Roger. So if you're on your EQ page.
Yep, Roger that.
Alrighty, what kind of equalizer do you have, sir?
Alrighty, what kind of equalizer do you have, sir?
So it appears to be fairly basic. It's I've got a transmit bass and transmit treble.
Excellent, excellent. So let's just take your treble control plus 4 clicks from where it is. Boost. 4 clicks boost, treble EQ from where it is. Roger?
Boost. 4 clicks boost, treble EQ from where it is. Roger?
Okay, roger that. I've just changed it upward.
Alrighty, now why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system.
Now, why don't you give me about 10 seconds and tell me about your antenna system.
Roger that. Yeah, my antenna system currently consists of a fan dipole with 40 meter and 80 meter legs. They're pretty much broadside north-south, and then I have a 2 meter vertical antenna hanging up in the tree. Over.
Okay, what's your mic level setting, just out of curiosity?
Okay, what's your mic level setting, just out of curiosity?
The mic level, like the gain setting, you mean?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so my mic gain is now at 59% after changing it.
Okay, take it back to 50. Take it back to 50. And we want to do something on your baseline. So your mic gain is back to 5 or 50, and on your bass we want to roll 2 clicks back. So we're 2 clicks minus on your bass. Roger.
So we're 2 clicks minus on your bass. Roger.
Roger that. 1 second. Okay, now I'm down 2 clicks on the bass EQ, and my mic gain is down to 50%.
Alrighty, take 1 more click off your bass, minus 1 click more off your bass. Roger.
Minus 1 click more off your bass. Roger.
Okay, I've got one more click down on bass.
All right, now how close are you to mic? How close are you working that mic?
All right, now how close are you to mic? How close are you working that mic?
Maybe 2-3 inches.
All right, we want to be 3 to 4. Try 4 inches back, or about one more inch further back than where you were. Let's put it that way. 1 inch further back than where you were, and let me hear you.
Let's put it that way. 1 inch further back than where you were, and let me hear you.
Okay, this is a little further back now.
Okay, just 1 inch. It's very, very subtle thing there that happens, but we're talking about a thing called proximity effect. And proximity effect says the closer you work a microphone, the more bass buildup you get. So there's a delicate balance there. Now this is like an EQ, another form of EQ, not electronic, but acoustic. And so what we want to do is get you just a little bit further back, 1 inch further back than where you were, and be consistent about being at that location. Because like I say, that not only does level change as you move in and out from the microphone, but also your equalization shifts as you move in and out. So the first thing we want to get a very standard position for you to work that microphone, and you need to be very standard about that, because you'll be in and out of EQ if you're moving around. So we want to get very consistent positioning to the microphone at about 1 inch further back than where you were, and let me listen to you.
Microphone at about 1 inch further back than where you were, and let me listen to you.
Yeah, roger that. I appreciate the information. That was very informative. I was not aware of the mouth position to that extent. So I am about 1 inch more further back now.
Okay, I'm hearing some distortion. What kind of mic is that?
Okay, I'm hearing some distortion. What kind of mic is that?
So this is the standard with the 705.
All right, I've got a little bit of copy on my local antenna there. And can you repeat your name? By this time, I'm writing gibberish. So could you repeat your name again, please?
Sure, yeah. My name is Andrew.
Yes, well, that's what I had, if you can read gibberish. Andrew, all right, well, now, much better situation here. So I'm on my local antenna. Frequency response of the radio down to 100 cycles, 100 to 29, and what I'd like to do is for you to give me the best thing you like about your radio in about 10 seconds or so. Roger?
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, the ICOM 705 has been a good radio so far. The ICOM 705 has been a good radio so far. It's very portable, very mobile, but it is allowing me to work the HF and the VH stuff, VHF stuff rather. So very happy with the radio so far.
Yes, sir. And you only have a two-tone EQ. Roger, Roger, you just have a bass and treble. Is that a Roger?
Tone EQ. Roger, Roger, you just have a bass and treble. Is that a Roger?
Roger, Roger.
All right, I want you to come back one-click boost from where you are on your bass. I want to boost that bass just a little bit now. We may have gone too far back, so I want you to come up one-click boost on your bass. Roger?
Far back, so I want you to come up one-click boost on your bass. Roger?
Yeah, roger that. I am, let me get my spacing right on the mic here. So, at the proper mic spacing, this is back up another notch on bass.
All right. What I would suggest, Andrew, is that you might get a foam windscreen for your microphone. That way, then, you will totally eliminate your plosives and mouth noise and stuff, and give you just a very good audio only situation. You won't be getting any mouth noises or stuff like that, Roger?
The situation, you won't be getting any mouth noises or stuff like that, Roger?
Yeah, roger that. Question for you. I had heard some conflicting advice about talking across the mic versus talking directly at it. What's your professional opinion on that?
That's in regards to a hand mic now. You're running a desk mic, is that a Roger?
In regards to a hand mic now, you're running a desk mic, is that a Roger?
No, this is a hand mic.
Oh, okay. Well, pull it to the corner of your mouth and work across it and let me listen to it.
Well, pull it to the corner of your mouth and work across it and let me listen to it.
Yeah, roger that. So this is kind of more off to the corner, and the microphone has a little hole on the handset that's kind of further away from my mouth. It's not right next to me anymore.
Yes, sir. I think that's the way to do it, to the corner of your lips, actually touching the corner of your lips. That will minimize any noise, mouth noise. Roger, Roger?
Will minimize any noise, mouth noise. Roger, Roger?
Oh yeah, roger that. So I will definitely give that a try.
Alrighty, and I think everything else sounds really good. If you would like to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do the call letter search, KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. We'll take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 2,500 Qso-Vlog Aircheck recordings, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Recordings, and I'll have it uploaded to YouTube by noon tomorrow. Roger?
Oh, roger, roger. I appreciate your help. It's very useful to have somebody else on the other end tell you how you sound. So, 73, this is November, Mike 2 Bravo.
Roger, I'm getting other stuff in there, but let me say 73 to you, Andrew. I can read my gibberish. 73, sir. Thanks for dropping by, and I hope you like your recording. 73, and this is KC9VKV, and I see by the clock on the wall a dead fly. Boo! So we got to get out of here. If you participated and would like to hear your audio, we have been recording from 3:30 till 5, so if you want to hear it, if you go to YouTube, do the call letter search KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. We'll take you to this recording, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. So with that, let me just say this is KC9VKV returning the frequency back to normal amateur radio use. This is Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor clear.
Kilo Charlie 9 Victor Kilo Victor clear.
Thanks, Jim, for all the help you got there. Low Phil in for FYT and Valdosta. Appreciate it. Have a good weekend.
Roger, Roger, Phil 73, sir. KC9VKV clear.
Roger, Roger, Phil 73, sir. KC9VKV clear.